And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut. It's Chris Burns. It's Chris Lynch. This is Dysfunction Junction.
Ladies and gentlemen, football is back. It was a great weekend, unless your name was Aaron Rodgers. It was a great weekend, unless your name was Daniel Jones.
Unless your name was the Broncos.
The entire fucking New York Giants team did not show up. They were replaced with a can of Folgers Crystals, and it showed. We're going to talk about everything football. We're also going to talk about the finality. It's bang, it's done. The SEC commission has okayed everything, and WWE and UFC are now under the Endeavor banner, which, of course, there's some changes to that, too. We'll talk about that. Herm said he had a story for us. Welcome to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah.
My name is Chris Burns. Conspicuous by his absence is our co-host, Chris Lynch, because it is his wedding anniversary. 19 years ago today, he drugged his wife and made her say yes in front of a congregation of people, thereby tying them together till death do they part. But in all seriousness, Chris and Megan, hope you guys are having fun. We'll see you next week, Chris. And, of course, the producer extraordinaire, the man with no hair, the man who wants to tell us about the newest family member, it's producer Big Herm, Michael P.S. Herman.
What is up?
Oh, first of all, swig a beer to you, my man. Tell us about your new arrival. I'm sure your wife is resting comfortably after...
She is. I think somebody came to the door, but I heard the dogs barking. But yeah, she's resting comfortably after her shopping spree.
Wait, you said you had a new addition to the family.
Yes, we do. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, dear God.
Meet Walter.
You did. You went with Walter.
We're going to call him Walter.
All right. He kind of looks like a Walter.
It's old-timey, just so everybody knows. I like old-timey names for dogs, like human names. Like, I don't like naming dogs Coco. I also don't want to name my kid, my dog Chad or Bryant.
I named my dog Beavis.
Or any of those weird redneck something Lee names. I like old names. Like my dog, her name was Grace. And we had Laverne and Shirley. Both are older style names.
Uh-oh. Herman, you having a stroke?
No. Okay. No, I'm not. I'm trying to do 12 things at once.
Oh, well, this is the time we do one thing at once.
Yeah. Where was I?
Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, yes. And then Jen's dog, her name is Lulu.
Yep.
So all very old-timey. So this dog kind of looks like Laverne and Shirley. It's brindle. It'll definitely be twice the size. It'll be much larger. German Shepherd Boxer mix. So
nice.
It'll be a big boy. But yeah, we decided to go with Walter. My first name was Seamus.
Seamus would have been good. I like that.
I like Seamus. The original spelling, the hard to pronounce one, Seamus.
Seamus, yeah.
Yes, I wanted people here to not be able to pronounce that worth a damn because they're not from the East Coast. Like,
hi, it's Diane from the pet clinic. This is for Samoose.
Siamoose.
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 Now, see, the last couple pets I've had, there was Beavis the dog. There's my cat Munson, named after the Yankees catcher who died in a plane crash. Because the day I got him was the anniversary. And I'm like, I need a name for this cat. And I was reading the book on Thurman Munson. This cat crawls up all over me, sits on the top of my chest. I'm like, well, you got your name, Munson. Everybody hated it. I loved it. And of course, the cat, Leo. Basic, but, I always loved listening to the chicks giggle when they called about Beavis's vet appointment. And then they do the stupid joke, which one of you is Butthead? Ha, 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 ha. Like, you holding the clipboard, you rotten. But
that's funny. That's funny.
Off the top, you did ask for suggestions for names.
I did.
And I think you missed out on a good one.
I did. We're going to use yours as we're going to use your suggestion as his middle name.
Would you
So,
like to tell the fine
yes,
folks?
Chris thought that naming the dog Butt Plug would be exceptional for when they called to verify that Butt Plug has an appointment for a rectal exam
Yeah,
on Thursday.
I got to give Lynch credit.
He's not wrong. I mean, he's not wrong.
Right. I have to give Lynch a little bit of credit. Not only do you all know out there in dysfunction land that Lynch is all about the butt stuff, but we went and saw Dave Attell the other night, which was hilarious. And for like 15 minutes in his show, all he did was talk about butt plugs.
Yeah.
So it's been a running gag between.
Lynch must have been so happy.
Oh, he was tripping balls. He was laughing. He was, I think he was 3 edibles in and had a finger in his ass. I'm not sure.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It wasn't nice. I was sitting next to him. You could hear the squish.
Oh, like fingering macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. See, well, I'm not going to eat tonight.
Mm.
But yeah, I always like pets. I love pets that have weird and interesting names. Like, what's your pet's name? Chupacabra. Ooh, I like that. But it's a cat. I don't care. Chupacabra. I just thought this dog needed an exciting name. Not that Laverne and Shirley and Lulu, I love them all, and they
I like Walter. I
all
like
three
Walter.
of your dogs. All 3 of your dogs love me, but there's something special about walking through the door and having that little guy, Scooby doing it to come get you with those big burly paws, and you just yell out, "Butt plug!"
I can see it. It's amazing shit on the security system cameras. That'd be awesome.
Congratulations to you and the missus on little Walter Butt Plug Herman.
Yeah. This is going to be my dog. So.
And he will be, and I can see this now in my mind's eye, he will be the weapon of butt destruction, because male dogs in a shepherd boxer mix will eat twice their weight in an hour.
Yeah, I mean, we'll keep him trim, but yeah, he's definitely got the ability to get beefy.
No.
But yeah, he's going to require a little work, but he'll make a great guard dog, a great watchdog. They're very territorial about their property and what they know is theirs. So
if there's one thing,
loyal dog.
If there's one thing I know about you and your wife is that you both like big beefy guys.
Yeah, he'll be a big beefy guy.
I think I said that out loud just now. All right, so you guys out there in La La Land, as you come in and you start watching, we are going to talk about football. Feel free to throw your favorite team in the comment section. We'll talk about their game if either one of us saw it or we saw highlights of it. But first, UFC and WWE have sold to Endeavor Media Marketing, which some idiot online just a little earlier before we went hot, before I even got on here with you, like, oh, look, WWE and UFC sold to the Saudis. It took me one Google search to find out that Endeavor started from the ashes of the William Morris Company, an American company. The owner of the company, Ari something or other, is a Jewish American. Yeah, they're not in bed with the Saudis. Shut the fuck up, internet creeps. Oh, I am so sick to death of internet jackasses, I swear to God. But if you have that graphic and can throw it up,
I am doing it right now.
I want to show you guys a little something. Vince McMahon bought the WWE as we know it from his father in 1982, 4 payments of $250,000 each, which at the end he could make a balloon payment and it's all his. Sold it for $9.3 billion. Now, I want you to look at that picture. Look at young Vince right there, 34 years old. He's ready to take on the world.
Right here.
Look at Vince. Yeah.
No.
Look at Vince today. He looks like a 1940s movie criminal. Like
yeah,
he's going to tie up a woman and throw her on the train tracks waiting for the ransom. What is wrong with this picture? I thought you're supposed to get classier as you got older. Vince went the other way.
It looks like somebody bought Clark Gable off of Wish.
Oh, Jesus. It looks like Snidely Whiplash if my 5-year-old niece drew a picture.
Dude, if Dudley Do-Right rides the fuck up right now and fucking, I'll save you.
Dudley Do-Right is...
It would be totally apropos. I'm just
Well,
saying,
he's already been the Intercontinental Champion. Oh wait, that's the
uh,
Mountie. Never mind.
it's the same. Well,
Yeah, same.
model.
I can't. The more I see Vince in that picture, the more I feel bad for his children.
Yeah, that's just that's it's horrible. That's just horrible. It's bad. It's just
I can see
sorry for that his family. It's
I
just
can see Hunter and Steph loading the car. Hey kids, let's go to Grandpa's house. And one of Stephanie's kids, Mommy, is Grandpa going to throw me on the train tracks? Mommy, is Grandpa in the mafia?
no, for real. For real. Does Grandpa do wet work? Because he
My
looks
teacher
like the
taught
guy
us,
that does wet work.
right? My teacher taught us about meth in school. Is that what Grandpa's doing? Oh my Lord. Dude looks like every shifty plumber you've ever hired.
Yeah, for real.
Like
He's
those bargain guys. He looks like he plows
wait,
for a living.
I got it.
What is it?
That's motherfucking Schneider.
If Schneider and Chef Boyardee had a baby, it's Vince McMahon.
I'm telling you, there is some Schneider in that shit. I'm just
You
saying.
have to find a picture of Schneider and do a side-by-side comparison.
Oh my God.
Get to work.
I'm on it.
Okay, so just for shits and gigs, I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the history of this company because I was a mega fan. I am a casual follower, if you will, now. When Vince McMahon bought the company, they're running civic centers, National Guard armories, smoky, sweaty. You get about 4,000 people, except on monthly Monday night Madison Square Garden shows, you fill the joint. Business explodes in the 80s. They're a multi-million-dollar company. In the 90s, Herm will tell you, we went to shows for a television taping. They were averaging 5,000 people. They'd put us all on one side of the arena, so it looked full on television. And then in the 90s, it exploded again.
We'd just be staring at an empty fucking stadium.
Yep.
We're gonna just be a semicircle.
Oh, we'd just go, see those seats down there? Yeah.
Nobody's sitting there.
If by the third match those seats aren't filled, those are our seats.
We're going down there, and we would.
Yeah, we did. I used to do that at fucking the Georgia Dome. So yeah, I mean, he built this company from what his dad started and built, and took it to places no one ever thought it could go. And now, $9.3 billion later, no one's ever going to top him. He's the undisputed king. Uh-oh, do we have Schneider coming up? Look, it's Vince McMahon in a vest.
I shit you fucking not, in a denim vest. I swear to fucking God.
Cigarettes rolled up my shoulder.
What the fuck? For real. Pack of Marlboros rolled up the t-shirt.
You ready for this, Herm? You stare Schneider directly in the eyes.
Yes.
Welcome, everyone, to Monday Night Raw. We are live.
It's right there. He's even got the Vince smile.
He does.
Jesus Christ.
I am going to screenshot both those.
Schneider.
I am going to screenshot both those pictures later. I'm going to put up a side-by-side meme, and I'm going to give full credit to Herm for coming up with that because I am all about full credit. What the fuck, Schneider? Good call by you.
Just pulled that shit out of my ass. Oh, wait. It's Schneider.
It's Schneider. Oh, good granny on the month of our dear Lord. I don't even know what to say. I do know what to say. Football is back, baby.
Yeah.
And my apologies to you, all of you, if you are Jets fans, because that's the big news.
They are my secondary team this year. This is the first year I've pulled a secondary team.
It's my second year with that, so I feel your pain. Go ahead.
And
are you going to die?
No.
Please don't die.
It's definitely the weed.
Got a stank strain, huh?
I've been watching the Jets on the Hard Knocks.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the Hard Knocks, you know. Sound like an old man. On the
you sound like Vince McMahon right now.
On the HBO, you know.
On the HBOs. You got to pluralize it.
Yeah, on the HBOs. But so they had a really great preseason, and they saw lots of improvement. I saw lots of improvement over the course of the 6 or 7 shows that they did in the series. I got to be honest. I mean, I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan by any account. I am a fan of an old man showing some kids how the fuck it's done, though.
I don't disagree.
So that really appealed to me. He's really calm out there. He's not crazy wild, putting on a tinfoil hat, making crazy statements. He's pretty all business. He looked really good. Team looks really good, as we discovered last night. 4 plays in, and the 5th snap, and he hurts his Achilles. I'm sure he'll be back. Give him a couple of weeks. All right.
Well, it took.
If saw him walk into the doctors, he walked into the doctors without a limp once they carted him off the field. So he's all right. Come on, he'll be back. But
I'll throw this out here at you because it's an Achilles injury. If you remember, I want to say it was the 94, maybe 95 season. Dan Marino hurt his Achilles in the first 2 weeks of the year. Came back.
They sold out. He was done. He was never coming back. He was done.
Oh, yeah. It was the Scott Mitchell era coming up. Yeah, we saw how that worked.
Yeah, yep. 3 weeks.
A little more. I think it was 6. But and then he threw for 460 yards that first game back.
Right.
Don't worry about Aaron Rodgers. The only thing I worry about with Aaron Rodgers is he's older. Dan Marino did that in his mid-30s. Aaron Rodgers is north of 40. Yeah. And it's not going to be an easy road for him to come back. However, I also have to put into perspective that if that happens to one of us, that's a 6-month turnaround. This is a world-class athlete in really, really good shape. So I think
just in general, he's already said he does not work out in the off season. He doesn't run drills and plays in the off season. When the football season's over, he just goes and does his thing.
Yeah. I think I saw him say somewhere light calisthenics, maybe a little jogging, but he's not in the weight room, sharing needles with Triple H.
No, he's doing a little jogging on a beach. He's swimming in a pool. He's not working out, lifting weights. He's like, look, I can either do it or I can't.
Right.
At this age, it's none of that is gonna. It is what it is. It's grown man strength. So I got what I got.
Right.
Why injure myself trying to stay in shape when I am in shape?
Well, how many times have we heard that over the years in the off season? So-and-so, tore a pec working out, or this guy, tore a calf. Even in, again, not a sport, but we just got through talking about WWE. In a workout, Cody Rhodes tore his pec right off.
It's a very physical, demanding job, and there are a lot of athletic attributes that are tied into that performance.
Sure, but in just working out, Cody Rhodes tore that pec right off, and I watched that pay-per-view because I wanted to see, how's he going to do it. And when he took off that jacket, you could just hear a collective from the crowd and from me. I think the neighbors heard it and went, is Chris doing okay? I think he's sick. I think something's wrong. But, just terrible to see. But in any athletic endeavor, I don't even care if it's tennis. I've heard tennis players getting hurt working out more than they do on the court. But in a sport like football, and I'll throw hockey into the mix as well, the majority of injuries happen on the playing surface, whether it's the gridiron or the rink. These are the 2 most physically demanding sports there are. To watch him go down, it was kind of reminiscent of when Marino hurt himself, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Shit. Mm-hmm. And go ahead. And to that memory that it just conjured that, oh shit. But I thought about it, and before, coming on here with you tonight, I'm like, Aaron Rodgers is in fucking peak physical condition. He'll be out 6 to 8 weeks. They say he's out for the season. If he does stay out for the season, it's on his accord. He's going to say, no, I want to build it. I want to get strength. I don't feel like I can contribute. that'll be his decision. But if a doctor, I swear to God, if a doctor tells him, Aaron,
look, you're clear to play, bro. He's playing that week.
Yeah,
he's at practice that night. I'm just saying.
If the day after Thanksgiving, a doctor says, "Hey, Aaron, looks good. Go out, have a good Sunday." He's going.
Playing that Sunday.
Now, I'd like to say, before we talk about the Jets, because they were the Monday night game, and we are going to go in order, I would like to say that I'm a little leery now about our $20 bet going forward. Not because of Aaron's injury, but because the rest of the Jets, stepped up.
Fucking team stepped up and carried it and won that game with. Now, look, a lot of people will say the kid can't fucking run it. All right, but listen, the kid hasn't done it since last year. It was horrible. But I'd really like anybody who's a naysayer, and I'd really like anybody who's like, this kid doesn't know shit.
That's not the reason I'm afraid, and I'll get to it later.
What the problem is that what your kid has is not a lot of slot time, all right, and not a lot of good slot time. He hasn't had a lot to work with. He's if you watch, he does get reps, but everybody's running off of Aaron's rhythm, and Williams has a little bit different rhythm. It's his count is different,
right?
His is different, and his motions it's different. But if you watch him in practice on that Hard Knock show, you can actually watch him improve, and the kid does nothing but try to learn. And you saw that last night. You saw mediocre to upper level once he figured out some timing. All right. You found middle of the road quarterback that was able to still win a fucking game because the defense and the rest of the squad was fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, and on top of that, and I started watching the Hard Knocks after you said, I've been watching Jets Hard Knocks, binged watched quite a few episodes. The one thing that he's got to do, he's got to find his vision, and that's one thing that Aaron Rodgers always had was great vision in a 45-degree angle. He could see.
We saw that in that show. He's teaching him that you need, and if it's you look, and if it's not there, you don't throw it. It's there, you throw it.
No,
I don't care if it's it's.
Take that 2 seconds to turn your eyes and see what else is working down the field. Or dump off short.
Right, but don't spend too. And the other thing that Aaron was teaching him was, don't spend too much time watching a target. You're ready to throw. If he's not there, you look for the next one. You find the one that's ready to get the ball. That's the one who can get the ball.
I got
to fire off. But back to your what you said. The whole team is freaking amazing. So I really don't know if you could I think you could probably, honestly, you could drop anybody onto that team, give them a couple of weeks to get timed right, and these guys are firing off, man. These guys are like, there's a guy that in practice up against their own squad. This dude had 11 or 12 sacks in one day's practice. Who was fucking Q. I think the amount of talent on that team this year, and how hard they want it and how hard they want to work is going to be something for everybody else to step up to. And we saw that with the Bills, who are not slouches.
No, they were the favorite going in.
They got run over by a team with no quarterback.
With a backup quarterback, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, without the star. They were all worried about Aaron, and then when it happened, they were like, this ain't going to happen.
Well, you still had the other the key components that, they've been building this team for quite a while. And, the addition of Dalvin Cook certainly doesn't suck. He's a premier back. Some of the people they've gotten over the years in their first or second round draft choices are starting to come up. They're starting to get their feet. When we get to the Falcons game, I will point to Tyler Algier or Kyle Pitts. Both guys, second year. Kyle's third year, Algiers' second year, came up huge this weekend.
Right. I mean, they've got some guys that are hitting their stretch.
Oh yeah, they're ready.
And then they've got some rookies that walked in or just that are like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got guys on that whole team, and what's his name? The guy that came back after a while, and he's starting to run plays, and the whole team was like, Jesus Christ, he's fast.
Yeah, I can't
like
remember.
You're talking about every running back and everybody on the field. When this guy came back from being hurt, like I think it was like the third show, and everybody was like, God damn. They're just like, holy shit, he's fast.
Because
the 90% players.
I'd be willing to bet he used that time after he got healthy, and he got healthy in the off season. He had a little dust up, comes back, and yeah, he probably worked his ass off to build that speed. So good on him. Let's walk through the games starting Thursday night, the official opening of football season. And if you
the one non-prime TV show.
Yeah, I noticed they didn't show it on Prime.
Oh, hey, we'll get to it. Keep going.
All right.
It was weird. It was Peacocks Presents.
Oh, yeah. If you are a fan of the reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champions of football, you walked out of Thursday night with your dick in your hand. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Who's the champion now?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
And the Detroit Lions edged them out by 1 point, 21-20. The only thing I can say about this game is that in the past, you watch the Lions, and after halftime, they give up because they know they're not going to overcome.
They didn't do that.
No, they fought and they clawed. They were good, and they beat the champs. That's all you need.
Yeah, what's that shit Mahomes had on his head?
A pineapple.
Fuck.
I don't know what it was. But again, excuse me, I hit the microphone. We're going to talk about a lot of what I saw as upsets that I didn't see coming. And this was definitely one of them. I did not see the Lions, a perennial bottom feeder, coming up and beating the Kansas City Chiefs, the champions of the world. Now, there are going to be people who are KC fans who will say, oh, well, Travis Kelce wasn't in there. Oh, well, this guy left. It doesn't matter. You are you lost two guys, one to injury, one to free agency. You are the reigning defending champions. 90% of your team is intact. No excuses. None.
It's true. Very true.
If you took those, and I'll throw a baseball reference at you. I call them the Jeter teams because Jeter's the guy everybody knows. Hello, Justin Thomas White. What is up? What is your favorite football team? And we're going to talk about them. Hopefully not the Chiefs because I'm about to shit on them.
Oh yeah.
When you take those Jeter teams, the core four, if you will, and you put them up against a bottom feeder, the first game of the year, and you lose. Baseball's a different animal. Because you play so many games, you still lost to the bottom feeder.
Right, like you lost to the bottom feeder, and it sucks. But you still got like 132 games to prove you're. I'm making up a number, but I'm saying
it would be 161. Yeah, I
was going to say you've got 100 games left to make everybody else go fuck themselves.
Right, they'll forget about that one game.
You've got 18.
Yeah,
in this,
but luckily for the Chiefs. It was only 1 point. It was very, very last second. And I don't think, other than an L in the column, I don't think there's a lot to be ashamed of. You were without one of your best players in Travis Kelce. You lost one guy to free agency, but still, 90%, you did good. These guys were just hungrier that day. Out the door. Speaking of upsets, the team that played Kansas City in the AFC Championship last year, the Cincinnati Bengals also decided, well, this is the first team I'm going to say decided not to show up. They were replaced by a can of Folgers Crystals and dropped a heartbreaker to the Cleveland Browns 24-3. If I'm the Bengals, I am embarrassed by this. That's a team that is almost completely the same team as went to the AFC Championship last year.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns are, well, what can I say other than they're the Cleveland Browns?
Careful. That's your dad's team.
Yeah, it's also, God rest his soul, it's Mr. Krieger's team. I do have to be careful, but
all right, we'll do it.
But the best thing I can say about the Cleveland Browns is they are the Cleveland Browns.
They're the Cleveland Browns. They're from Cleveland,
right? And they're brown.
And they're Browns. And orange.
I didn't watch this game. I saw the 30-second highlight clip. The Bengals looked like they had two left feet and one of the shoes was untied. They looked terrible. Cleveland was great with the short game, which I love. I love the short game. I don't like bomb passes. Once in a while, I dig a bomb pass. We'll talk about that when we hit the Atlanta game. I like the short game. You win 10 yards at a time. And Cleveland did everything right. And Joe Burrow and the defense, giving up 24 is not the worst thing ever. You look at some of these scores, a lot of other teams gave up 24 or more, New York Giants. But
New York Giants.
Yeah, we're just going to keep.
Boys know this. To the fucking Cowboys.
We'll talk about it. I'm not happy. But
lost to the losers.
They did their job. The Browns did their job. Defensively, they looked great. They were on the ball. They gave up, 24 points, but one of those was a defensive touchdown. So let's walk it back. 17 points. Not bad. That's an average game for most defenses. They didn't do too bad. Moving right along, the Baltimore Ravens did exactly what they were supposed to do and be the defensive juggernaut they've been for years. They took the Texans out 25-9. I saw no highlights of this game. All I know is I owned the Baltimore defense, and thank you, Baltimore. You got nothing, do you?
No, there's not much to that game. Nothing.
All right. This is a game that I watched out of the corner of my eye for two reasons. One, the Buccaneers are in my division, and two, I hate the Vikings. So to watch,
I like the old time Vikings. I just can't stand them now.
John Randall, Al Noga. I mean, come on. Think of some of those guys. They were amazing.
Herschel Walker before he opened his fucking mouth.
Yeah. Chris Carter was part of that team.
Yep.
But the Buccaneers win. They're Brady-less now, but they've got Baker Mayfield who can do commercials for them. Because I thought until Sunday that was the thing that Baker Mayfield was the best at.
Commercials.
Well, he was playing for Cleveland, so.
Well, that's true.
Well, now he's with the Buccaneers. He looked good. The game was pretty good. I didn't see, again, close game, 20-17. I don't necessarily think that the Vikings sucked, even though I'm going to say that out loud. I just don't think they were as ferocious as before. Justin Jefferson completely double covered all the time. Kirk Cousins doesn't have a whole lot of weapons on that offense. The defense did their job. Again, they gave up 20 points, a pretty average NFL score.
Yep.
But I don't think that offense has the juice going forward. I think that the Vikings and the Lions will be fighting for the ship position in the NFC North. Even though the Bears didn't have a good day, the Bears at least looked good on Sunday. We'll talk about that soon enough. Here's a game I want to talk about.
Next week would be completely different if we did this episode after this weekend coming up.
Probably. And we can do a little football next week.
Oh, look at this motherfucker.
Oh, from New York.
Live from New York.
No, I'm home, brothers.
Oh, you're home.
We just rolled in.
Live from New York. Ted Kaczynski.
No, you can watch my dog take a shit. Look.
Nice.
Ooh. The important part of that is lock the eye contact.
Yeah, yes, make sure that dog knows you're there.
Yeah, he already took a shit.
When they lock eye contact with you, apparently it means something.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, if you bought Mick Foley on Wish, here he is. It's Chris.
There it is.
Yes.
Mick Foley on Wish.
So we're talking a little football, Lynch, and
welcome home, brother.
Yeah, welcome home. How was the anniversary trip?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. We got there
Good.
wicked early.
Did
We
you
were
get
going
any
to
ass?
What's that?
Did you get any ass?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
We got there wicked early this morning. We were going to go to New Haven and take the train in, but we're like, nah, we got plenty of time. So we had a couple hours to kill. Ate at a really cool bagel shop. Walked around the city, then went in for the taping and walked around the city again.
A real
Oh, yeah.
bagel shop.
In case you guys don't know this, he went and watched a taping of the Drew Barrymore show.
Dude, I had a lot of fun. It's something different, man.
Who was the guest?
A psychologist. Nothing
Who cares?
nothing
It's-
earth shattering.
Here's it's Drew Barrymore.
I'd stare at her for an hour.
Hey,
That's what I'm
Oprah was there. Oprah was there yesterday.
Oh, lucky you.
I think Matthew McConaughey was this afternoon. taping.
Ah,
Nice.
All
no
right,
Dylan
all
Mulvaney.
right,
No,
all right.
no Dylan Mulvaney.
No.
Shit.
But no, that he was promoting with his book, and I think you guys find this book pretty interesting. Listening to him talk, I was like, wow, that's interesting. So we both got a copy, and
Oh, nice. I'd like to read it.
Chris, you're more than welcome to read it. It's
Thank you.
Basically, he called it the owner's manual to being happy, and it's not. You can't just wake up happy. You got to work for it.
It's directions on how to cook a brisket.
Yes.
That's your book.
It's just a book full of barbecue recipes.
Yeah. So real quick, speaking of football, what the fuck?
You want to elaborate?
Basically the entire weekend.
No, my weekend was 50-50. I had a good weekend. My number one team did great.
That was a 50-50 weekend.
Atlanta
Sucked it.
Atlanta did fantastic. Who is your quarterback now?
Desmond Ritter.
That's right, Ritter.
Oh, who in the first play of the game, since we were just about
Skittles.
shut up. Since we were just about to talk about the Falcons game, first play of the game, he drops back, he throws a pass, it hits our center off the top of the head. It bounces back, he catches it, immediately goes to the ground. He's credited for a negative 11-yard pass.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Way to start the season, Desmond. Seriously.
Yeah.
It took him an entire half of football to break 50 yards.
It's better than Aaron Rodgers.
Well, yeah, we just talked about Aaron.
First drive, 4 plays, he's out.
Yeah, but again, world-class athlete, an Achilles injury. We surmised he'll be back by Thanksgiving.
I figure he's back in about 6 max.
Yeah, I would say 5-6 weeks.
I figure somewhere around 6 he's going to be like, I'm good. Just fucking wrap it and let's go.
But wait, again, we're talking about a guy who is north of 40. I'm giving him the extra 3 weeks. I say Thanksgiving. He comes back.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones? Who's Aaron? Aaron Rodgers. Thank you, Justin. Welcome, Justin. Good to see you on the thing, pal. Who's your team, and why should we talk about them? Let's go there.
How old is Justin?
Well,
Justin is in his 20s. Is he going to retire at the end of this year? No,
There's
he's
the whole
not.
he should retire thing. There it is.
I've heard that though, but
I think you should have. I think you should have could retire on a high note, but that's just me.
I think he wants to. I got to be honest. I just think he likes to fucking play, guys. He's not making $1 bazillion here with the Jets. He's not.
No,
guys,
he's not.
I think he just likes to fucking play.
it's no different than
play. He's playing good. He got hurt, but let's be honest, he plays pretty good.
it's no different than Marino. It's no different than Brady. It's no different than Favre. They just like to do what they do. I don't want to talk about my team, says Justin. Justin, let me hold on. I can do this. Watch, I'm kind of psychic. You're a Giants fan, aren't you?
Speaking of what the fuck.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it either.
I thought they sent in the NFA.
It's the
NFA
Browns.
third string.
That's not bad.
Justin,
Browns
if you're a
lose all the
Browns fan,
time.
you're happy. That was a good game.
That was a good game. You guys played pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, the rapist. I mean, the quarterback did a good job that night.
that sounds.
You meant to say therapist.
Therapist.
Yeah, you can't spell the rapist without therapist.
That's
Right. Without H and R. I'm just saying.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we figured out over the weekend Herm's pronouns are her and Herm.
Yes.
Her and Herm.
Yes. All right. Well, gents, I'm going to pop back in the house. I just want to pop in and say hello.
Well, thank you, and I'm glad you guys give your wife our best and happy anniversary to you. 19 years of wedded bliss, and I have to ask, what drugs did you use to make her say yes?
I can't. It's a trade secret.
Where do you guys think I got the fucking chloroform recipe from?
That's a good point. Go in and build your next pipe bomb. We love you, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Pipe bomb.
Just so you guys, for all you guys out there, and for Lynch before he goes next week, it's my list, and we are building a band, but using only deceased musicians.
Yeah, I got to work on that one.
Mine's almost built, but we're gonna have a good time. Hope you had a great time today.
Yeah, I did. It got hot in the city towards the afternoon, but we split pretty early. But we stopped in Norwalk to my buddy Dave's got a pizza joint and a deli shop there. If you're ever in the Norwalk area, Dave and Charlie's Hometown Deli or Dave's Planet Pizza, some of the best food you'll ever have. He's a really cool guy too. He gave me some grandma's pie for the ride home. So I got a whole large pie sitting there on the house.
Not only does he like grandma's pie, he's all about butt plugs.
Yes.
Butt plugs and grandma's pie.
By the way, I told these guys out there, thank you again for the Dave Attell show. I had so much fun.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. It was a good time. Good time to get out and laugh for a couple hours.
Absolutely. What the world needs now is more laughter.
Yes. All right. What this guy needs right now is a couple of my nighttime treats and zone out and watch some TV.
All right, my man. Go eat your dog biscuits.
I will see you guys next week out there in Facebook land or wherever the fuck you're watching me. Peace.
Word.
Adios.
Love you, brother. Have a good night.
You too, guys.
Later, my man. That was completely unexpected. That was cool.
That was nice. So, Justin, it's the Browns. You guys did pretty good. I mean,
saying. I mean, we just went over that game and talked about how good they were. And again, I don't often say nice things about the Browns because, well, they're the Browns.
You know, that's
what
they deserve.
They play in Cleveland. And they're the Browns. But who I like talking about is the by God mighty Atlanta Falcons. Had the shittiest preseason, and I don't look at preseason. I hate preseason. I don't watch a snap of football during the preseason. I want to go from the time the whistle blows and it's money. And aside from that first play, the Falcons looked good. The defense was on point. I think they collected 3 sacks. I can't remember his first name. The guy we got from Cincinnati, Blake, 2 interceptions and a sack. Bijan Robinson didn't look too bad, but my guy, Tyler Algier, the backup, who did great last year, ran like a son of a bitch. And, of course, Kyle Pitts, double coverage, threads the needle, one-handed, brings that sumbitch in, catches it. They're on the 5-yard line. They go for a touchdown soon after. 24-10, the Falcons win. And it's the first time since 2017 that they've won their home opener or the opening game at all. So things are looking up for the Dirty Birds, I think. That's just my opinion, and I'll stick to it. I hope my man Dylan is not watching, because if he is, your Cardinals suck. You lost to the Washington football team, Commanders, whatever you want to call them.
The team without a real name. They just calling them shit.
Let's replace the good name where we're paying homage to the Native American. Let's change the name to the white man that you all claim ravaged the Native American. Commanders. Yeah, that sounds great. I got nothing to say about this game other than the Commanders win 20-16. That is my sister-in-law's favorite team. So good on you, Brandy, if you're out there. Enjoy yourself. The Jaguars, who were supposed to be a laughingstock this year, but Trevor Lawrence.
They kind of showed up.
Yeah, he did.
They everybody showed up on the same bus, and they showed the fuck up.
Yeah, they did. Between Lawrence and ATN, they looked great. They won that game 31-21 over the Colts, who I was looking forward to good things out of the Colts. I know Michael.
Colts haven't been shit since Peyton left, and that's the true story.
They've had
That's
shit
true.
quarterbacks, and I don't even
No,
know who their
that's-
quarterback is now. I'm going to take a
Nobody
look.
does. Nobody does. It doesn't matter. Only the people in
on.
Indianapolis.
It's Richardson, whoever that is. But they have the mustache guy who used to play with the Jaguars, Minshew, as their backup.
Yes.
So fuck them. All right. If we have any Niners fans out there, here
Ooh.
comes your time to shine, because I honestly thought this would be a closer game. I thought the Steelers looked good, on paper, but on paper doesn't win you a game. The 49ers came in and ate your lunch, kissed your wives, and left. 30-7 was the final of that game.
Ooh.
And Brock Purdy putting up another great game. Brandon Ayuk, who I am proud to say I am the owner of in one of my 3 fantasy leagues. 2 touchdowns. Great game for him.
I own that dude. I don't think
Yep.
you're allowed to say that.
No, I'm really not. Saints and Titans. I could give a shit about the Saints. If they all died in a bus fire, I'd be sad for their families. That's about it. The Real Caleb from Big Mouth on Netflix, 49ers baby. All right, Caleb, I got you. There you go. Swig a beer to you, my man. But the Saints pull that out by 1 point, 16-15, and that's all I'm going to say about that, because if you root for the Saints, you're pretty much dead to me. Which is terrible, because a lot of my friends, including one particular person's wife, is a very honorable Saints fan. Raiders and Broncos. I know Herm wants to talk about this. The Raiders eke one out 17-16. I know you have something to say, bro. Come on now.
It was typical Broncos fashion. We looked really good until the fourth quarter.
That's usually a Falcon trait.
And Russell just can't seem to close it. And we start falling apart. And everybody's like, well, especially my wife, because she is a Saints fan. So Sean Payton came in and she was like, he did a lot with the Saints. I was like, not really. Drew Brees did a lot with the Saints, and he kind of had to learn how to deal with Brees. So, and just let Brees run his own team. And
see, that's the thing. I have, if not,
it's not like he did amazing things. Like, Brees was already good. He basically worked with Brees and learned how Brees wanted to play, and then did that.
I have told your wife and anybody who will listen, I don't care the laundry that he was wearing, other than the fact that I absolutely hate the fucking Saints. I have heterosexual man love for Drew Brees. Dude was phenomenal.
I just like the Buster Stone. They calls her, breezy, sleazy, queasy, whatever those words that rhyme. But he was a tremendous athlete and exceptional.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think, and I still don't think, Sean Payton. Go ahead, please.
Sean Payton is the savior for the Broncos that everybody thinks it is. Unfortunately, this guy isn't really doing a whole hell of a lot. He's got the old Broncos head coach as one of his fucking offensive coordinators.
Kubiak?
No, the guy that just left, Nathaniel Hackett.
Oh, okay.
Last year's Broncos coach is now, he's working for the Jets.
Oh, okay.
But the Broncos are, I think Sean Payton can coach the Broncos. I don't think he can fix not Payton. I don't think he can fix Russell.
Russell Wilson.
I don't think he can fix Russell.
I don't think Russell can fix Russell.
He's made some comments, hey, stop kissing the fucking babies and let's do what we're doing here. Let's knock it off with the Russell Inc. But I don't know if you can stop that, and I don't know if I think the money that they've promised Russell, and unfortunately, the guaranteed walk away money he has. All right, he's too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And to buy him out and send him on would kill them. It's actually cheaper to wage a war of attrition on a few $100,000 position coach every year because it's new coach. So your first deal is it's good, but when you walk away and they fire you, they give you a little package and you go away.
I've always said this, and it's a bait again.
Like a guaranteed buyout that Russell has.
Yeah.
If they tell him to hit the fucking bricks, they got to buy him out for like a disgusting amount of millions of dollars.
I always say this, and my point is proven day after day after day. If the team is failing, the easy person to fire is the coach. Why? The coach isn't out there fumbling 4 times a game. The coach isn't out there throwing 6 picks. The coach isn't out there doing this. It's the talent. And growing up as a Yankee fan, watching a revolving door of managers come in and out because George Steinbrenner had a hair across his ass. The team's not performing. Fire the manager. That's not going to solve your fucking problems.
Oh yeah,
and it wasn't.
You got to get rid of a bunch of fucking players and bring in players that work that run your system.
And the best thing that ever happened to the Yankees was when George Steinbrenner was suspended from baseball for 3 years, and basically Gene Michael, God rest his soul, ran that team, and he brought in Paul O'Neill, Tino Martinez, Bernie Williams, Derek Jeter, and look what they became. It's not the fucking coach,
right?
It's the players.
Well, that's everybody in Moneyball.
True.
That's all that started to happen when they started playing Moneyball.
No. See, but for George Steinbrenner, it started happening when he bought the fucking team.
Steinbrenner was a fucking dictatorship, and the coach was just supposed to do whatever fucking Steinbrenner said.
The scapegoat.
Regardless, and Steinbrenner wanted the names he wanted on the team, and you couldn't let them go because they're making him the money, but they're losing.
That's why we get saddled with the Steve fucking Balboni for 5 years back in the 80s.
Yeah.
I love Steinbrenner. I read a book about him. It changed my opinion of him. But fuck him.
He's an owner that thought he was a coach.
As a person, a tremendous human being. As the owner of a baseball club, fuck him.
Horrible.
Anyway, we've heard about the Broncos and why Herm is upset.
Yeah, and not for nothing.
Go ahead.
But it was the Raiders.
I know, dude. Like you're fucking blood enemy.
It's literally like the only sworn enemy we have. Fuck the Raiders. That's it.
Raiders Broncos. Raiders Broncos is Red Sox Yankees.
Since the inception of like the teams.
Yeah,
like since they first existed. It's
Hogan Piper. It's Michigan, Ohio State.
Yes, it's Michigan,
Tyson Holyfield.
State. Yeah,
it's the rivalry that won't die.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We hate you. They hate us. Fuck you.
My man David Burrell's in the house, and we're getting ready to talk about his game coming up real soon. If I remember correctly, David, correct me if I'm wrong. That's 2 games away. The next game we want to talk about, the Philadelphia Eagles take out the New England Patriots 25-20. No surprise there. No surprise there for me, but I'm sure for all the jackasses that have been, squeezing the cheese to Tom Brady Appreciation Week and whatever the fuck, you got your ass handed to you because you're not those Patriots anymore. Stop living in the past. Stop being Cowboy fan and live in the now.
Tom Brady going to be fucking throwing balls and fucking in Jets Stadium.
He's going to be in green and white before you know it. Another game I don't really care about. Don't know if Herm has anything to say about it. The Rams take out the Seahawks 30-13. This is a Rams team that went from, the championship to shit, and now they look good again to me.
They do look good. And yeah. I like the Rams, and I'm glad.
All right, now let's see if I've got this right, because David, I don't think I've seen you in the comment section before, but thank you for watching. David's a good guy. If I'm remembering correctly, David is a Dolphins fan, and the Dolphins.
I'm a Dan Marino fan.
Oh, Dan Marino.
I'm a Dan Marino fan.
Dan Marino could push my mother down a flight of steps. I'd still wear his jersey.
He'd be all right. It's okay. She probably deserved it.
Probably, if Dan Marino did it.
That's what I'm saying. If Dan did it, she probably deserved it.
And he did it. He did it in isotoner gloves.
That's right.
So the Dolphins did look good. The Chargers, another team I think looks good this year, but somebody's got to win. It was the Dolphins 36-34. This next game I did watch, and it hurt my feelings a lot because the Bears are good. But for years, Aaron Rodgers owned the Bears. This year, the transfer of ownership went from Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love, and Jordan Love spanked their little heinies 38-20. See? David's right there. Tua's his man. He's got a Merino jersey. So do I. And Dolphin defense looked like trash. I know because I have them in one of my leagues, and I thought this was going to be an easy matchup for them, and it wasn't. So I feel your pain. But if you're a Bears fan, Packers 38, and that's who the Falcons play next week, is the Packers. Packers 38, Bears 20. I didn't see anything to be worried about from the Packers. I think the Bears are still getting their footing together. Young quarterback, young running back, a lot of young talent on that team. With the exception of Jordan Love, the Packers are the Packers. Like in big, bold fucking letters. And I hate that because I know some Packer fans, really good people, really good team. But let's be honest, you can only live in the past for so long. Stop it.
Right.
Speaking of living in the past, you'd have thought the Super Bowl was Sunday night because those schmuck buckets, the Dallas Cowboys, put up 40 on the New York Giants, and all 40 were unanswered. The New York Giants are going to be doing Dunkin' Donuts commercials next week. New York Giants, hear me out. The New York Giants and Dunkin' Donuts. You give us 4 quarters, we'll give you a donut. All donuts, $1 in the greater New York area. Disgusting. The offense looked like trash. The defense looked like trash. The Giants are unapologetically my second favorite team.
The offense looked like they kind of tried. The defense just was like, hold up, we'll vacuum it before you run through because it's going to be dirty. Like I'm saying, they were like, my man, they were like,
they rolled out a red freaking carpet. I'm saying if the Cowboys had not traded or let go Zeke Elliott could have run all over this team. It was disgusting. And then I read a stat. Dak Prescott's been in the league, I believe, Dak Prescott's been in the league, I think, 6 years now. The Giants have never beaten the Cowboys in the Dak Prescott era. That's disgusting. Get your shit together, Giants. I didn't spend money on a hat. I didn't spend money on a jersey and make you my second favorite team for you to shit on me like this. If I wanted to be shit on, I'd only watch the Falcon games. Fuck. Way to give Cowboy fans hope. No worries, they won't be there at the end. Good job, David. I agree with that.
That's exactly what I said. I watched that game, and I watched it, and I'm like, this is fucking horrible. And Jen was like, what? I'm like,
This game.
I'm like, do you know what this is going to do? Do you know what this is going to do, babe?
Oh, I heard what it did.
Every fucking closet fucking Dallas fan that's shut the fuck up finally is going to come out of the woodwork, and they're like, this is it. We're going to do it. We're going to take it all. We're going all the way. Fuck you people. And they're going to run their mouths, and they're just going to look like shit.
The beautiful thing since 1997 till today is by my birthday.
Deal with that for the next 6 fucking months.
By my birthday, every year, Dallas is eliminated. They're eliminated.
They're out.
So circle your calendars. December 8th, Dallas will be eliminated from the playoffs.
They pretty much fuck it by Christmas every year.
I think they blew their wad with this game. I really do. I think they blew their wad. And who do they play next week? Let's take a quick little look.
I was like, how the fuck is this even happening?
Oh, this is a game for you. Herm's second favorite team, the New York Jets, travel to Dallas to play the Cowboys Sunday at 4:25.
That's going to hurt. Fuck Vegas.
What about Vegas? What is he talking about Vegas? We talk about Vegas. The Las Vegas Raiders, they suck. Even though they beat the mighty Denver Broncos this week.
We suck.
Oh, I haven't been able to do this in a while. Raise your hand if your team won this week. Thank you. Raise your hand if your second team won this week. Yeah. I'm leveling the playing field, Herm. Speaking of which, as we go to Monday night, the Jets overtake the Bills in overtime. I mistakenly thought that Vegas was playing the Cowboys.
No.
Bro, man, I got you covered.
It's
He's talking about next week.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, they're not. I just gave you the schedule. I'm going to give you guys the schedule for next week we got.
The Raiders are just a bunch of fucking felons. So I don't
exactly.
Whatever.
And moving them to Vegas, they're going to be cocaine fueled for the rest of the season. It's great.
For real, it's great. They'll be up.
They're either going to die of heart attacks or win the whole fucking thing. You don't know. JETS, just end the suffering.
Jets. Yes, I say that. That's
my God. Good game. I watched most of that game. The Jets look good. The Bills look good, except for Josh Allen. I don't know who decided to take Daniel Jones and put him in a Josh Allen jersey, but Josh Allen has more completions to Jets receivers than Aaron Rodgers does this year. Think about that.
That's no fucking lie. He literally,
nope.
Dude, the defense was just so fucking on it. And the anything that looked good by the time the ball got there, it was horrible.
You know, they say that a defender will read the quarterback's eyes. I mean, Josh Allen's eyes had to be this big for as many times he got picked this weekend. He was like, if Mr. Magoo opened his eyes, and you saw how big his eyes were once he opened his eyes. Oh, he had eyes like an anime character. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Magoo.
Oh, you've done it again. So there's your week in football. We are glad to have football back. The last time I was giddy over the end of a Dolphins game, the Patriots lost the Super Bowl to the Giants. Oh yeah, you mean the I love hearing this. And David, I'm sure you've heard it too. You mean the perfect season? You didn't have a perfect season. You didn't convert. The perfect season happened once, 1972, Miami Dolphins, beginning to end, no losses, won the Super Bowl. Patriots, you've never had a perfect season. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. And if you keep arguing with me about it, I will say, you, sir, or ma'am, may fuck off. See, David's with us. He says exactly.
He says it. He knows.
I'll give you the rundown of next week's games, but we already have our topic for next week. We lead off with the Thursday night game.
It will be a great week now because I did just add the NFL Sunday Ticket to the YouTube package.
I may or may not reach out for that at some point because Mark's.
You've got it. You've already got. I've already sent you a link.
I've never signed into it.
No, I know that, but you can just find it again, and I can just pull it and send it to you. But all of the Dysfunction Junction boys have been sent links and now have Sunday Ticket on my YouTube. And we also we let Derek the Undertaker have it.
Put up David's last comment. I love this. Send them to me if they want to argue the perfect season. You, sir, win the day, except for that Orioles jersey. We got to work on that.
Oof.
They still play baseball, so you know.
Yeah.
So do the Yankees, from what I hear. Although they did win.
Once.
Yeah, this year. All right, here's your slate of games for the week that will be. Starts on Thursday night. You got the Vikings and the Eagles in prime time. Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock, Ravens-Bengals. You have Seahawks-Lions, Colts and Texans, Bears and Buccaneers. Go Bears. Chiefs and Jaguars, Packers and Falcons. Of course, go Falcons. The Raiders and the Bills. That's not good for the Raiders. Chargers and Titans. Your 4 o'clock games. 49ers and Rams. Giants and Cardinals. Jets versus Cowboys. Go Jets. The Washington Football Redskin Commanders versus the Broncos. Dolphins and Patriots are your 8 o'clock game. And Monday night has 2 games. The retarded Bass Ackwards got dang mother humming Saints versus the Carolina Panthers. Go Panthers. And the Browns and the Steelers. So there's your slate of games for week 2.
2 games.
I don't know. I didn't write the schedule, bro.
Well, there was something happened this week because at the end of the Monday Night football broadcast. Did you hear them thank?
I didn't make it to the end of the game.
They made an announcement that they wanted to thank everybody at ESPN for the last minute, for something that happened with the show last minute, and there was some big news, something about Disney and a contract with like television or cable subscribers or something that had to do with blacking out games and stuff like that. So
No,
there was a switch of networks. I just wasn't sure if you'd heard anything about it.
not a word, but I'll look it up.
But yeah, so we'll get all of those Sunday games and then two games in one.
Yeah, which is surprising because one starts at 7:15, one starts at 8:15. Being that ESPN and ABC are under the same Disney umbrella, I'm sure one's going to be on ABC, one's going to be on ESPN, one might be on Nickelodeon. I don't fucking know. I don't know who owns what, but it is what it is.
YouTube will let me watch those two games at once.
I know. I love that split screen that they do.
Yo, it's 4, bro. It lets you watch 4 fucking games.
Dude, now I tell you the legend of Mark's Man Cave. TVs, as far as the eye can see, it's like you're in a sports bar, but it's this big.
Right.
And he rolls out this one TV that is showing 4 games in that crisscross pattern, like the Red Zone gimmick used to do.
Yep.
And when all the 1 o'clock games got over, NASCAR went on that TV, and it was great. But
yeah, I got an 80-inch TV in there, so when it's like having 4 40-inch screens right there in the living room on one TV.
I'm gonna ask you here and now because nobody knows about this. And tomorrow night we do the Speedway review. Myself, Herm, and we will have Junior Tanksley from Alex Club Racing as a special guest co-host. We've had some great co-hosts in the past and great guests. But tell me something. You watched all 3 races, much like I did.
I did.
Not one kamikaze move to finish a race, which was our man Christian Eckes, but 2 kamikaze moves.
Yeah, it was one hell of a racing finish weekend. It was like, holy, did he just this bitch? I'm just gonna shove it in real hard and hope it sticks.
Here's the thing that bothered me. I wish that we had the truck race with the kamikaze last lap pass. Our friend Christian Eckes wins that race.
Yo,
Sunday
he just shoved it right the fuck in.
Goes to the high line. No one goes to the high line. He made it work. And then Sunday, a repeat. Tyler Reddick does the same thing to win that race. I'm kind of bummed that they didn't have that, and John Hunter Nemechek would have lost that race if for the sake of argument, we had a late race caution and Brandon fucking Jones could have done something for once.
Yeah, I mean, after that truck race, I immediately after that race I sent a message. I was like, "Yo, my man, that was really nice with that slick slide move shit. That was hot, bro."
Gorgeous.
If you're not busy, I know you're busy. Get back to me if you can. But I'd love to have you on the show to talk about how that worked, because
you know what you
yeah,
did?
he basically was just like,
well, okay, look at it this way. That was a cutoff race, and it'll show up in my happy and sad tomorrow night on the Speedway review. Guys, all of you, check it out tomorrow night. It'll show up in my happy and sad. Not only does Christian punch his ticket, but because of, even though finishing 4th, if he'd have finished 2nd, he might have pointed his way in. Matty D, by that much, doesn't make it. And it sucks because that's my boy, Matty D. So, but Christian's my friend, and I got to give him props.
I was bummed on that. I got to be honest. That's my sad.
Oh, same thing. Same. We're just getting it out of the way now.
But on that race. But yeah, it was definitely a good weekend of racing. And yeah, some people did some shit. I was like, no, this is not gonna stick. And it stuck.
Dude, when I watched the truck race and Joey Ternullo, Joey
somebody's gonna die.
Joey sends me a message in the morning. He goes, "What a finish!" I'm like, "Haven't watched it yet. I just turned it on. I DVR'd it."
No,
He goes,
and I knew, and
"Okay."
I knew you had it, and that's why I'm like, I can't say a fucking thing. I can't.
I said, "Well, somebody else sent me that Eckes one, so I had to watch the race." And I'm watching. Eckes is hovering fourth, fifth the entire race. I'm like, I don't see how this is going to play out.
I didn't either. I'm like, I don't see how the hell he's gonna get up there. And
well, he was always in the hunt, but he just there was never enough oomph. Found the oomph.
Right. There was no. He just missed a little bit of momentum.
Kamikaze pass. That was cold trickle shit right there. That was cold trickle shit. And then on Sunday, we're watching the end. We're watching the end of the Cup race, and they're going 2-3 wide, and they're dicking around with each other. And I looked at Mark and I said, "This is going to be a repeat of the truck race." He goes, "What happened in the truck race?" And I explained it to him. No sooner do I get the final words out of my mouth, Tyler Reddick does.
That's what
Tyler Reddick does the same shit. Fucking amazing. And we'll go over the other news about John Hunter Nemechek, the winner of the Xfinity race, that peckerhead, and he's got a job next year.
Peckerhead,
bitch ass bitch.
For real.
But for those of you who are joining us tonight and are watching it later in the week, be sure to be live Tuesday night, 6:00. We are building a band. It doesn't matter what kind of band. I know the meme I sent the boys said, build a metal band. No.
Building a band, right? Are we just going with a band?
I'm going with
6 spots and a flex.
It's my list. It's my rules. We're not, well, you're going to hermit no matter what. But the rule is every musician has to be dead.
Uh-huh.
So build a band of deceased musicians. You don't have to name it, although that'd be fun. What would you name this band?
Oh, I've been working on a few names.
I bet you have. I bet you have. But yeah, definitely join us and be live. And I'll throw out a video Sunday or Monday just to hype it up a little bit, because I'd love to hear what our people have to say. I want to do it in a particular order. So when the folks in the comment section, it's like, hey, we're going to draft our singer now. And it's not a draft. If Herm picks Ronnie James Dio and I pick Ronnie James Dio, which is probably not going to happen on either end, but if we pick the same singer, that's fine. It's good. If Lynch says I want Eddie Van Halen, well, I want Eddie Van Halen too.
That's fine.
That's fine.
We're each building our own band. It's not fantasy draft your own band. It's not
right.
It's
not like when we did.
Not
like when we did the Heenan family. That was different. Caleb. All viewers of Dysfunction Junction Show join Caleb's Facebook group page, America's Game Road to the Super Bowl. Are you really advertising?
Watch Caleb's
show?
Magic Johnson disappear.
Again and again and again. Caleb, I love you, kid, but don't advertise. Come on. At least give us a heads up that you're going to advertise.
Yeah, come on.
That's all we need. Just a little heads up. Just a little something right there. And I'm working on some stuff for if we start a Patreon and to be able to have Herm be available on a particular night. Half hour, $5 or more gets you all the access to the Patreon stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm available most nights. I mean,
yeah. So if we could throw a half hour at you, once a week for $5, you get extra shit. Have fun with it. Herm could pop on, give you some extra shit. Hey, I'm Herm, and I'm gonna show you how to cook a brisket, dude. Lynch could come on. Hey, I'm Lynch. This is how you build a bomb that you send to Yale University, and it tears off a guy's hand.
These are roofing nails. They are exquisite at tearing flesh.
Make sure you put your signature on at least one piece of shrapnel.
Be careful and remove the primer from the shotgun shells before you empty out the powder. Trust me on this one. I'm just saying, just take the primer out. Yeah,
20% of the time it works all the time.
For real, 20% of the time it works all the time.
Right? Don't let the missing finger fool you.
Welcome to Dysfunction Junction on Patreon. Today, we're making chloroform.
Right? Unfucking believable. And Herm, you got to work on finding me the link to Kiss Confidential. Man, I got to see Andre the Giant once. I got your back, Chris and Big Herm. There you go, Caleb. You're the man.
I got them. I'm trying to find it.
All right. Caleb, I'll make you a deal right here and right now, live in front of everybody. You pimp this page on your American Game Road to the football gimmick schnibbits Fernum, and we'll let you advertise in one comment every week, and Herm will put it on the screen. What do you say?
Yeah, I'll let you. I'll run a banner for the whole show.
There you go.
I'll run a banner like something like this.
Does it say FKB? Oh, junctiondysfunctionshow@gmail.com. Oh, speaking of which, you have show ideas, you have comments, concerns, questions. You just want to send us nudes if you're female and not freaking disgusting. Junctiondysfunctionshow@gmail.com is where you can find us. Herm and I still have some work to do. I'm guessing Patreon. If we do this right, Mike, we could launch this in December. But there's certain particulars that you and I have to go through to make it a reality.
Yeah. We can figure this out. That's not that big.
Because, Patreon is money, and money goes to production and making T-shirts and let's not talk about making T-shirts.
Yes.
I fucked up. I'm sorry. And making merchandise, bumper stickers, coffee mugs, or just helping us out at the show. If we made $5,000 a month on Patreon, I'm sure Herm would be like, okay, this is production cost. This is this. We'd get Venmo'd a third of what's left.
Yeah, and right. And then, there's equipment. Oh, my shit's not working. All right. Well, the show will buy the equipment now.
Yeah. See that, and that's what it's all
about. Headset, all right, I'll order it and ship it to you. There it is. Done.
It's not about enriching ourselves. It's about making the show better and making more content for you guys.
Yeah, I really want to raise the not really the profit level, but I would like the show to just cover itself.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's trying to get rich, but I'd like the show to cover itself. Production costs.
Oh, fuck you! I'm trying to get rich,
and programs and things cost money and subscriptions. So it's we're not trying to get rich. We're just trying to cover our butt.
Right.
And some totally great stuff.
On the ass end of that, I want to say that on my old show, Chris and the guy who fucked everybody's wife, we had a Patreon and it covered production costs. We did live events, which we can't do now because Herm is in Pupo, Colorado.
No, but you can do live events. Like you guys can do live events, and I just need a screen there.
And microphones and stuff. And things of that ilk. So these things cost money, and we can do this every week for free, and you're getting the same content you're getting for free. But if you believe in us, if you believe in what we're doing, the Patreon is for you. And tell your friends. We may run a contest. I have an idea for a contest.
Ooh.
Well, because I want a Falcons or do I want or do you want? You have to be specific, Caleb. You have to be specific in your comment. I have an idea because Derek and I are building a trophy for the Ohio State-Michigan game. And Herm will get a kick out of this. It's hearkening back to one of our favorite mistakes that a production team has ever made. The trophy will be the Andrew the Giant trophy presented to whomever wins the game.
That's great shit.
Do you both? Yeah, I'd take a Falcons collectible. Why not? I don't think Herm likes the Patriots, but I know a Patriots fan, Derek the Undertaker, 4-time guest of the show. He'd love it.
Yeah, my son is. Mikey's a Patriots fan, like true and
Sorry
true.
to hear that.
It's all right. So's his mom. They're good fans. They're good fans. It's all right. They know.
That's what I like to hear. Good fans.
They know how to deal with loss. It's okay.
So I may or may not order 2 Andre the Giant Funko Pops.
Ooh.
And I will have a contest coming up in regard to getting eyes on this show. Now that we're YouTube and Facebook exclusive, we're not doing RSS anymore. I had a guy ask me the other day, I haven't seen you put up a show lately. I'm like, we're not doing RSS feed anymore. We're not going into your phone. You got to look up. You have to do the work.
Right.
Like
we're trying to generate viewing numbers, and welcome to Babylon. We're trying to generate viewer numbers and not just listener numbers.
It would be nice to be able to take this page, this YouTube gimmick, even though we give it to you for free on Facebook, and I don't know, monetize it somehow. So when you watch live, it's all what you see here. If you watch on Thursday, which some of you do, you'll get an ad for Tide Pods, bullshit like that.
Something.
And I use Tide Pods, so I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Herm will get an email, and it will say, "Hey, this advertiser wants to advertise." I don't give a shit if it's tampons, if it's some woke company who wants to tell you that a man can be a woman. I don't care. You giving us money? Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll do ads.
Yeah. I wouldn't care if they showed like Lady Bick and there was some burly dude with a mustache shaving his legs. I really don't give a shit. Money's money, and we really want to do right by you and by us.
Yes.
Correct. So you had a story you wanted to tell. Do you want to fill the back end of this with that story?
I've been working at the shop here for a few weeks, and there's a customer that comes in and very thin, very wiry, very, very thin, like feebly thin. Like I don't. Everybody knows somebody that thin. Long hair down to the shoulders. And none of us have been able to tell. And comes in wearing feminine clothes, but nobody's been able to tell if it's a him wearing women's clothing or if it's just a really ugly girl. Like really ugly, like not an attractive boy either, but definitely a non-attractive girl. And it probably sounds like shit. So if I said something to offend you, send me a fucking email or jump in the comment section. I'm good with that.
Junction Dysfunction Show at gmail.com.
There you go. But the other day it came in and with an older lady. And the older lady ordered and did the order, and we made the order, and I brought it out and handed it to her, handed her the food, and as she's grabbing her stuff at the bar, like whatever she needs to complete her meal, like napkins and shit like that, straws, all that crap. She goes, "Hey, how long before you guys like run me off?" I'm like, "Huh?" She's like, "Well, he's got a class, and I was wondering if I could sit out on the patio and, read a book while he has class." And he didn't look very happy that grandma was calling him he, because it was definitely in a skirt and girl shoes. And so nobody's been able to tell. So the grandma just pretty much outed his ass and called, if it's a her trying to be a her, because it's definitely girls' clothes all the time. It literally was like, no, he has a class. And all of us after they left were like, huh? So it's a him? Huh? Very nice. See, so mystery solved. It is technically a him, but I don't think that's how it thinks it's a him. So it just seemed like Colorado's kind of funny because I work at the college and there's a lot of like liberals. They're definitely you can tell they have the hair. You know what I mean? It's the colored hair. You can tell. And just there's a certain look about them. Most of them are ugly, but hideous.
I got you.
But there's quite the same number of red, right, conservative, call them whatever you want, middle of the road people that aren't that way. So it's very funny because the we roast people at work when they're not around, because the girls I work with are definitely pretty conservative, and they're funny as shit. But mystery solved. It is a him, and there you go. She is a lovely dude.
I got nothing. I
Yeah,
truly
well,
got nothing.
She is a lovely dude.
Your wife has a hell of a mustache.
That's for real.
Right? Like, I come from a very mixed family. There's some Scottish, there's some Polish, there's some Italian, there's this. Various hair coming out of places that shouldn't have hair. And, you know.
Hey, Mom's mustache looks good at Christmas, huh?
Right? She trimmed it down. She got above the lip line so you can see where the red lip ends and the white begins. And yeah, she looks good. She doesn't look like Tom Selleck anymore.
Nope. Mom looks good.
You know, she had this Dale Earnhardt vibe going on. I can't put my finger on it. Actually, I can. It's thick. It's like 3 inches.
For
But
real.
I had this conversation with someone earlier today. Don't care how you live your life. I've said it on the show. Don't ask me to lie. Don't ask me to lie. Don't ask me to play along with the little fucking fantasy gimmick. If a doctor, I won't even say me because I could get in some trouble for that. If a doctor asks you to drop trow and you get a twig and berries, you're not a woman. If a doctor asks you to drop trow and you got a hatchet wound, you're not a man. And no amount of pumped in, that is what ruins people. The pumped in hormones, we're going to change your hormonal balance and da-da-da-da-da. No, that fucks up your body. It's medically proven. However, life the way you want to live. I really don't care. Just don't ask me to be a part of it.
Right.
Maybe I'm wrong, which doesn't happen often. But
I'm okay. But I'd be okay with that, though. I'm just saying.
Exactly. It's like someone asked me not too long ago, what would you do if your daughter came to you? I was like, well, I'd love her just the same, and I'd be her biggest fan her whole life. But she identifies as a he. I'd love her all her life. I'd be her biggest fan. It doesn't take the head cashier at Walmart to figure out what you are. And I'll say this to end it. The DSM-5, which came out probably 2 years ago at the height of all this, lists a lot of things as mental illness. ADHD is a mental illness. I know a lot of people who suffer from ADHD. Clinical depression, go to therapy once a week, is a mental illness. Guess what else is a mental illness? Gender dysphoria and gender dysmorphia. Feeling that you're trapped inside the wrong body. It's not like when I tell somebody, you know what, I was diagnosed with clinical depression by a doctor, and they don't look at me different. They don't treat me different. They're just like, oh, that sucks. You want a beer? Or, hey, come in, have some nachos. It's just about telling the truth. If you have gender dysphoria or gender dysmorphia, great. Admit it out loud. But don't ask people to lie and say, I'm living my authentic self. Because I'm going to tell you this. You see this? I wasn't born with any of these tattoos. These were added. This is not my true authentic self. I put them on me. The clothing, it's not my authentic self. I put these on every morning. And saying you're a woman when you're not is not your authentic self. It's time to get back to reality, kids. And I'm sorry to bring it down to this note, but people gots to learn. Suckers gots to know. Now, can you dig that? Sucker!
Can you dig it?
All right. My phone is blowing up, which means it's time to go because my kid needs me.
Heard. All right.
1 p.m. game. My game will be there. 4 o'clock.
What Why did that happen? I must
I have no idea.
You know.
Yes. Skip gets nothing and likes it. Okay. Planning football weekend as we speak. So good luck to all of your teams this week. If you're a viewer of this show, I hope all your teams win. And unless you're playing my team, then you can go fuck yourself sideways with a rake handle. So if any of you are Packer fans, you're screwed.
Ooh.
Herm, good luck this weekend. All of you, good luck this weekend.
Thank you. Go Jets. Go Broncos.
Go Giants and go Falcons. And I'm still kind of leery about that $20 bet, but we're men of our words, so we're going to keep that late October. Jets, Giants. And it's only $20 because they're our second favorite team. If it was Broncos, Falcons, I still have nightmares about 1999, you cocksucker. And you know why? Do you remember why?
Not really.
Opening kickoff, Falcons get the ball. It's in the Super Bowl, so you guys have a frame of reference. Super Bowl 33. Falcons get the ball. They waste no time driving down the field. Jamal Anderson runs in 15 yards, touchdown. Yay, Falcons! And they put a graphic up on the screen. The team that scores first in the Super Bowl has won 25 out of the last 32 Super Bowls. And I looked at my girlfriend who was watching the game with me and a couple of friends. I'm like, Falcons are going to lose.
We're fucked.
Falcons are going to lose. Why? Because of that graphic right there. Same with Falcons Patriots in the Super Bowl. That was the year that the Falcons thought they were a hockey team. You play 3 periods of great sports, and you forget that there's a fourth one. And it's 25-3 or 28-3 going into the fourth quarter. Buddy of mine sitting next to me, Patriot fan. We have a bet, and he starts opening the champagne. I'm like, "You put that down, cocksucker." He goes, "Why?" I said, "Look at the clock." "What do you mean?" I'm like, "What have I said about this team all god dang year?" He goes, "Oh," and then watched the Falcons crumble.
Right.
A great comeback, by the way, by the Patriots, fueled by Kyle Shanahan, that rotten bastard, who, when the running game works, don't stop running. But no, we don't run it but once that entire time. After the third quarter, we have Matt Ryan throw it to everybody not named the Atlanta Falcons.
Yes.
Fucking cunts. Fucking
all
cunts.
Right. Very nice.
At least I'm honest when it comes to my team. Unlike you, Cowboys fan, you're not honest when it comes to your team.
They're delusional.
They them boys.
They them boys.
Hit that music, white boy. If the Cowboys actually win the Super Bowl this year, I will do the next show naked.
Ooh.